It is not going to be an event. It is the start of a long process. Right now, what is the direction it's going to take? Nobody is entirely clear. Gone are the days of Britain controlling 23% of the Earth's surface. It is now a small, middling economy in Europe, much smaller than Germany, for instance, barely the size of Italy. Okay, so Brexit is finally happening. But while you say it's finally happening, it is not going to be an event. It is the start of a long process. Formally speaking, Britain is going to leave the European Union. But having left the European Union, the first question is, what then will be its future relationships with the EU? That is a negotiating thing which is now going to be negotiated over a certain period. Over and above that, since it is no longer a member of the EU, Britain will now have to negotiate separate trade and industrial agreements of covering a very large number of things, including things like patents, including things like judicial jurisdiction, a whole lot of those things, with every other country. So it is said it will give priority to a negotiation with the USA, of course, priority to a negotiation with China. It would also look to India. Right now, what is the direction it's going to take? Nobody is entirely clear. Mr. Boris Johnson has taken the position that from this new great position we can negotiate huge free trade agreements. And the answer is, overall, the entire mood in the world is actually not very much in that direction. Mr. Trump is out to shake down every single trading partner. And if a trading partner has a surplus with the USA, as is true of Britain, he says, hey, what are you doing? You will kindly stop selling me so much. I don't want my companies to be investing in you. I want them to invest in the United States and bring jobs back. So the idea that he's going to have this nice, cozy relationship with the USA, it's going to be very tough. And Mr. Trump will be out to use his leverage to beat down Mr. Johnson. I think he will find the same position in the case of China. But you might think that, I am now free to negotiate. You're free, but you are now a relatively small power. Gone are the days of Britain controlling 23% of the Earth's surface. It is now a small, middling economy in Europe, much smaller than Germany, for instance, barely the size of Italy. What is its position of strength? Not very much. So I think if you want a free trade agreement, Mr. Boris Johnson will have to end up giving away at least as much as he gets, if not more. In these circumstances, when he approaches India, I think we should realize that we have a very strong hand and he has a weak hand. So we should be insisting on getting as much as we can out of it rather than let him have an easy triumph. What are the things we've been seeking? In WTO, for instance, we were constantly seeking easy access for our software people to physically move and get in there. We didn't succeed within WTO. The Americans are not in favor. Mr. Trump has tried to keep our software engineers out. But we should say in the case of UK, look, if you want a deal, if you want a free trade, this cannot just be on trade. This has to include services and it has to include the movement of our software engineers and others. And I think maybe Boris Johnson will agree provided the British financial centres have greater access to India. Maybe they can strike a deal because for England, the biggest single export they now have is financial services out of London. So maybe the two countries will be able to do a deal on services. As far as manufacturing is concerned in England, manufacturing has collapsed to the point where it has become a small part of the economy. So if India wishes to enter, I don't think it will face that kind of objection. However, as part of the EU, Britain was giving special preferences to countries like in Africa, Ethiopia, Bangladesh, Cambodia. And now, because of that, they got in all their textiles duty-free while India has been having to pay duty. I think we will have to say that we will now have to be treated on par with all these fellows. So we can take advantage of this particular thing to push our interests. In this case, in the case of leather, again in the case of Africa, Mr. Boris Johnson would like to say zero duty for the African countries under an old EU pact. We should say then why are we being discriminated against? So if you can give it to Bangladesh, if you can give it to Laos, if you can give it to Ethiopia, you give it to us as well. So India is in a position to drive a significant bargain, both on some of these labor-intensive areas where it faces unfair competition from its neighbors, and on services. This will not happen quickly. I think the negotiation might well take a year at least. And I'm not sure that the priority will be given to the Indian deal. Mr. Johnson will surely give priority to the USA, to China, and to the European Union itself. But he will get around to us. It's an important country, matters to him. And I would say we are in a position to do some tough bargaining and gain some significant advantages.